Here's a question a finance person types into their system on a Monday morning. Which of my invoices are overdue and can you chase them? Simple question, and for most software, a surprisingly hard one. To answer it, something has to know what your invoices are, which ones crossed their due date, who owes the money, and be trusted enough to actually go do something about it. This whole episode is about the thing inside SAP being built to answer exactly that. It's called SAP Business AI. And the point of the next 14 minutes is simple. Make it genuinely make sense. Let's be honest about where we are. Every software company on earth is shouting the word AI right now. And a lot of it is noise. Slides, demos, promises. But something real is happening underneath the noise. AI is quietly moving from a party trick that writes poems into the actual software that runs companies. And you can see it in the job market. Some of the fastest growing roles in tech right now have AI somewhere in the title. And a lot of that hiring is landing inside the enterprise world, where the real money and the real data live. That's the shift worth caring about. Not, look, it can write a haiku. But this thing can now help run a business. SAP sits right at the center of that shift. And that's why it's worth understanding what it's actually building. Past the hype, into the part that ships. Now, one thing catches people off guard. SAP's AI is tied tightly to its cloud version of the software. And there's a real reason for that, not just a sales push. Think about what AI actually needs. It needs serious computing power on tap. It needs to be updated constantly because the models improve every few months. And it needs clean current data to reason over. The old way of running SAP, a big system installed in your own basement, updated once every few years, can't really give it any of that. The cloud can. When you're on Cloud ERP, the new AI features just arrive. The way apps update on your phone overnight without a giant upgrade project. So the cloud isn't a detail here. It's the launchpad. It's what makes the AI innovation actually reach you. Okay, so what is SAP Business AI? First, let's kill the biggest misconception. It is not a chatbot. It's not one product you switch on. It's not SAP's version of ChatGPT sitting in a corner. Remember from last episode, SAP is basically the operating system of a business, quietly running finance, supply chains, and payroll for huge companies. SAP Business AI is an assistant that lives inside that operating system. Not beside it, inside it, seeing everything the business already knows. And SAP builds that assistant on 3 promises, which are going to be our 3 chapters today. Relevant, it shows up in your actual daily work, not some separate tool. Reliable, it answers from real data, so it isn't just making things up. And responsible, a human stays in control. And your data stays protected. Relevant, reliable, responsible. If you remember nothing else, remember those 3 words. Let's take them one at a time. Chapter 1. Relevant. And the whole idea here is that the AI meets you where you already work, instead of making you learn yet another separate app. Concretely, that's Joule, SAP's copilot, one assistant you talk to in plain language, sitting across the system. Back to our overdue invoice. Actually, the system had already quietly flagged it. This customer's been paying later each month. And that quiet flagging is AI baked right into the app, working before you even ask. But now you want the full picture. So you just type, like you'd ask a colleague, which of my invoices are overdue and why. And Joule reads across the real system and answers. No report to run. No 4-character transaction code to remember. No diving through 100 cryptic menus. That's what relevant means. The AI comes to your work. You don't go hunting for it. And this shows up all over the business, not just finance. Take the supply chain. Picture the loading dock of a big manufacturer. Trucks arriving all day, each with a paper delivery note listing what's inside. Normally, a person keys every one of those into the system by hand. Slow and easy to fumble a digit. Generative AI can now just read that paper note, pull out the quantities, the product codes, the supplier, and enter it for you, checking it against the order automatically. SAP points to its own examples where handling those documents this way cut the time to process them by up to 70%. That's an SAP figure, so hold it loosely, but the shape is real and it's mundane in the best way. This isn't AI writing poetry. It's AI deleting the most boring, error-prone hour of somebody's actual day. Two more quick ones, because the pattern repeats everywhere. In HR, a manager opens a role and needs a job description. Instead of staring at a blank page, they give a few keywords and the AI drafts it. A full posting in seconds instead of a blank page. And done well, it can even help strip out biased language before the ad goes live. And for the people who build software on SAP's platform, that's BTP, the developer's toolkit from last episode. The AI now helps write the code itself and even the test scripts that check the code, which SAP says can cut the cost of building it by up to 30%. See the through line? Finance, supply chain, HR, developers. Same move every time. The AI shows up right inside the tool you already use. Sometimes quietly baked in, sometimes as Joule you talk to, and sometimes, as we'll see, as an agent that acts. 3 faces, 1 promise. It meets you at your work. Chapter 2. Reliable. And this is the most important idea in this entire channel, so slow down with me here. A generic AI, the kind that read the whole internet, has a famous problem. It makes things up confidently. The polite word is hallucination. Ask it about invoices and it'll happily invent one that sounds real. For a company running actual money, that's not a quirk, that's a deal breaker. So watch what SAP's AI does instead. Go back to our answer. Joule said 3 invoices are overdue, and now it shows you the receipt. The actual invoice number, the named customer, the exact amount, the real due date that passed. It's not describing invoices in general. It's reading the specific row of your ledger, and it'll show you the row. That move, answering from your real business records instead of stuff read off the internet, has a name. Grounding, making the AI answer from your data, not its training. That's what makes it reliable. Here's the difference side by side. Once, so it sticks. Ask a generic AI, one that read the whole internet but has never once seen inside your company. Which of my invoices are overdue? It'll write you a fluent, confident paragraph. It cannot tell you that invoice 900147121 from Bharat Auto is 12 days late because it has never seen your books. It guesses and it sounds just as certain while doing it. SAP's AI reads the actual record. One is guessing, the other is grounded. That gap is the whole game. So what makes grounding actually possible? 30 seconds under the hood. Because 2 names come up in every SAP AI conversation from here on. First, the AI Foundation. Remember BTP, SAP's platform layer? The AI Foundation is the corner of it built for AI. The engine that combines the raw AI technology with SAP's own data and decades of business know-how. That's the engine. Second, inside it, the Generative AI Hub. Now the AI needs a large language model, a general purpose AI brain, the kind that powers a ChatGPT, and SAP doesn't lock you to one. The hub is like a universal remote. Through one safe governed entrance, a developer can reach many different models, Anthropic's Claude, OpenAI's GPT, Google's Gemini and more, and pick the best one for the job, without your business data ever leaking out to any of them. And here's the SAP specific touch. A general model doesn't deeply understand a purchase order or a depreciation schedule. So SAP tunes its own models on the messy specifics of finance, sales, and supply chain. So the answers actually speak the language of your business. Engine, universal remote, specialist models. That's the reliability machinery. Chapter 3. Responsible. Because here's the fair worry. If this AI can read your ledger and draft your emails, what stops it from doing something dumb with real money, unsupervised? SAP's answer is a firm line. A human stays in control of the decisions that matter. Come back one last time to our overdue invoice. Remember the second half of the question, can you chase them? This is where an agent comes in. AI that doesn't just answer but can take a goal and act on it, drafting the reminder emails, lining up the follow-ups. But it does not just fire those emails at your customers on its own. It works inside guardrails, and at the moment, that actually matters, it stops and asks, I've drafted 3 reminders, should I send them? And waits for a person to say yes. That pause, the agent asking before it commits anything real, isn't the AI being weak. In a system running real money and real payroll, it's the entire point. The human is in the loop by design. And responsible is bigger than just that pause. 3 more things SAP builds in. First, fairness. AI models can quietly pick up human bias from old data. So SAP works to spot and reduce that, and to make its recommendations explainable. So you can see why it suggested something, instead of trusting a black box. Second, your data. Business AI runs on the same enterprise. Security SAP already uses to guard the world's most sensitive business records. And it's built to comply with the serious rules, like Europe's new AI Act. Your data isn't handed off to train some public model. And third, SAP holds itself to a written AI ethics policy, with an internal committee and an outside advisory panel whose job is to push back. You don't have to take all of that on faith. The point is that responsible here means specific, checkable commitments, not a nice word on a slide. And honestly, for enterprise AI, that's the part that decides whether any of it actually gets used. So that's what SAP Business AI actually is. Not a chatbot, an assistant living inside the operating system that already runs the business, built on 3 promises. Relevant, it meets you in your real work, from finance to the loading dock. Reliable, it answers from your actual data, grounded, so it isn't just making things up. And responsible, a human stays in control and your data stays yours. Relevant, reliable, responsible. That's the frame. And the one thread under all of it, grounding, answering from your data instead of guessing, is what the rest of this season keeps coming back to. Next episode, we zoom all the way in on the copilot you met in the middle of this one. What Joule really is, and what it actually feels like to use it. See you there. If you want the rest of this explained, one clear piece at a time, no hype, subscribing genuinely helps. Up next, Joule, the copilot, what it does, and